The following clip was created in 2007. It was done during a very hectic period in my life. One should see this clip in the light of the events following this diagnosis.
Square. Real.
Drive.
There. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. ADHD is a neurobehavioral developmental disorder affecting about 3 to 5% of the world's population. It appears to be highly heritable, although 1/5 of all cases are estimated to be caused from trauma or toxic exposure. ADHD is currently considered to be a persistent and chronic condition for which no medical cure is available, although medication can be prescribed. The most common symptoms of ADHD are distractibility, difficulty with concentration and focus, short-term memory loss, procrastination, problems organizing ideas and belongings, tardiness, impulsivity, and weak planning and execution. Most ordinary people exhibit some of these behaviors, but not to the point where they seriously interfere with the person's work, relationships, studies, or cause anxiety or depression.
How I deal with
ADHD. About ADHD and how it influences my life as an artist. The following info was written in February 1, 2008 at 5:26 p.m. Last year I was diagnosed ADHD. I need to work hard to keep going and stay on top of the awkward situation that it brought to me. Have to get my biological rhythm straightened out with medication and thus being behind the computer for too long is not good for me. I get over-concentrated too easily and I am too obsessed with doing it. Well, in fact, I am struggling very hard to get my life back on the rails. I need to stay focused on my next targeted expo in New York and be ready for it when it comes. I also need to focus myself the coming months on the ADHD program I am in. To get my medication right and to get a grip on my situation. Methylphenidate in the form of Concerta and Ritalin. The coming period I will spend most of my time painting for the East Expo at Montauk Fair and Art in New York and work on web projects building databases for personal and collective use. My own professional website will keep on running and coming time I will spend renovating it and adding new elements to it, keeping my professional machinery running under difficult circumstances. Sincerely, Powerpainter. My recent situation and the effect on my work. Well, this text I wrote some months ago, but in the meantime a lot of things went wrong in my life, all caused by the fact that my ADHD was detected just recently at age 42, and the realization of the fact that it had been the cause that many things in life didn't work out as they should. One develops a lot of other psychological problems when ADHD is not treated. Frustrations about missed opportunities, and loss of time. Not being able to organize life, even the simplest things going wrong because of lack of concentration. Having heard way too often that one is lazy, even stupid, or that one doesn't listen. Contacts and friendships are lost because of impulsive behavior and resulting in conflicts and failure. Anxiety complex, fear for life itself, personal failure, problems with debts, because of impulsive financial behavior, trauma are quite common when ADHD or ADD are treated so late, and behavior and personality are hard to configure. Another thing, alcohol and drug abuse are quite common amongst people suffering from this brain disorder, which comes in many forms. One notices that relaxation follows after using stimulants like amphetamines and cocaine. and most of the time the use of these hard drugs comes with alcohol addiction. This behavior is often referred to with the term automedication. Personally, I struggle very hard with my bad habits. Last year I kicked my habits for cocaine and amphetamines for the second time in my life and found out about my disorder. It was quite a shock to notice that I had this for all my life, and the process of realization fell quite hard on me. Meanwhile, I wanted to get back on the level I was as an artist and painter in 2006, when having had 2 shows in New York, being invited by the same gallery I mentioned in this article. In 2006, way too much misery came on my path, from which some were ADHD related. At the end of the year, I had a burn-out, having lived in great distress for a too long period, which resulted in a major depression. Now I am taking it easy and try to keep stress out of my life, which is very difficult while society rolls over me at a speed I can't follow. Debts and lawsuits on my path leads to poverty and lack of concentration to do the job I was born for, being talented and all. The next expo is on its way, and I need to deliver my art in a week or 2. The problem is I didn't manage to get the logistics organized. Started my quest for financing already in November 2007, seeking professional advice and logistical aid, which has had no results so far, being unable to cope with the administrative part and disciplines directed upon us by society. When the time was ripe to finish this endeavor, my situation was totally changed, and the information I filled in had become obsolete, leaving me with empty hands. Know that the time has come to ship my works. My situation have become worse than before, being impoverished and unable to find the financing to pay for this investment. At this point I became way too stressed to be able to succeed in this challenge, which took me so many years to get to this point in my profession. Many years of study and hard labor and sleepless nights led to the point in which I learned mastering this painting matter, resulting in international shows, television interviews, and publication in worldwide leading art books and magazines. Depression took its toll. I get the feeling I want to hide and let the ship sink to the bottom and see what happens next. Well, one can understand I feel very unhappy and uncomfortable in this situation.
I get overindulged for all this information. It drives me wild to live in a society which goes way too fast for my hurting brain.
Artist statement. Searching for universal language, Marcus describes his inner urge to paint as his ultimate passion, derived by the inspiration of life and the bizarre times he finds himself a part of. Born and raised in The Hague, he has been expressing himself through his art since he was old enough to hold a pen. Marcus' desire to transform the beholder and elevate them from reality is surely fulfilled through his work. Multiple dimensions mingle and intertwine to create a psychedelic nature where mysticism and humor depicted side by side illustrate his reality. The paintings contain an ever-present mystical overtone that draws us unwillingly into his surreal dimension. Each new painting is regarded by Marcus as a fresh challenge. Anything is possible and likely in his vision. Although no 2 of Marcus's paintings are alike, his undeniable style is ever recognizable through his dreamlike reality. The language spoken weaves a tale of modern symbolism, highlighted by his explosive usage of color.
Look at what you see behind me, it is really spectacular. All these colors in the sky, this is Holland at its best. It's freezing cold, it's around 0, but the color of the light is so beautiful. The nice thing is when the sun is so low like this, you get this beautiful clouds, bodies of clouds. Look at there, defying golden light. And it's purplish colors, bluish purple, bluish violet, and greyish mixed. Like there, you got like a turquoise. And that's, for me, a colorblind painter. These colors are so tremendously strong for me. Can you imagine? Look at the divine rays of the creature of light over there. Can you see it? Look, this is pretty.
We see eye in the sky.
We see eye
the
in the
silverish
sky.
light.
The
The golden
silverish
light.
The golden light.
Look at it. It changes by the
Look at
second.
it. It changes by the second. This is inspiration. Can you imagine us being there? I want to be there.